A very warm welcome to the session on AI registers here at the Creative Bureaucracy Festival. In this session, I hope to give you a short introduction to the topic of AI registers and hopefully spark some thought of what German administrations might learn from these European approaches that we are presenting today. I'm grateful that my colleagues from across Europe took the time to speak to me about this topic, and I'm delighted to introduce our speakers of today. With us is Paula Boet. She's a project manager on digital rights for the City Council of Barcelona and the city's coalition of digital rights. Also with us is Tala Kalaisian. She is a policy advisor for the algorithm team at the City of Amsterdam. Also with us is Lodewijk Noordzee, policy advisor for digital transformation at the Eurocities network, and my dear colleague Anita Klinger. She is the co-lead of our AI lab at PD, Berater der öffentlichen Hand, and our brain when it comes to AI. My name is Paul Böttcher. I am happy to be hosting this session. I'm a consultant and project manager at PD, working on data and AI governance approaches, advising several cities across Germany on these matters. Since we do not have much time, I would like to directly jump into the conversation, starting with Paula and the case of Barcelona. Paula, to kick off the conversation, could you maybe give us a concrete case of where Barcelona has applied artificial intelligence in the past?
In Barcelona, we started from very small use case, very small pilots that were initiative from innovative directors or people like certain sponsors of AI in different departments, that wanted to develop an AI project, for instance. We have some examples. We have used AI to anonymize pictures that were captured by drones from cities' beaches to monitor public space, and the AI software was applied to anonymize and count the people.
Many thanks, Paula. Quick follow-up question. So at what point did the city of Barcelona notice it needs to regulate its AI? And can you explain the process behind it?
So from these small pilots that we had, we saw the need to kind of come up with some guiding ethical principles that would kind of help us have this view, these guiding these guiding principles on how these technological applications needed to be made. So we came up, we created an AI strategy. And what I think is most interesting, another action from this strategy was defining the governance mechanisms that we needed to have in place in order to ensure that these AI systems would not harm anyone, would not go against anyone's fundamental rights, and would serve our residents and visitors.
Thanks, Paula. I think this is a great nodding point to the case of Amsterdam. Tala, if I'm not mistaken, I think the city of Amsterdam went through a somewhat similar process. Could you briefly explain the genesis of your AI register?
In 2019, after the GDPR register, we already started thinking about having an algorithm register. And also, we heard some external news, like the House of Representatives wanted an obligation for reporting algorithms for the government. And there also was a child care benefit scandal in the Netherlands. So all of that combined was the start of having an algorithm register.
And could you explain us how the AI register of Amsterdam works?
Well, we have two processes for the front end and for the back end. For the front end, we use a website where we have 3 layers of information. And for the back end, we created a process which starts with talking with the product owners, having a privacy check, an ethical peer review, communication check, and then it gets published on the website.
Many thanks for providing an insight into this process, Tala. At this point, I would love to switch to Lodewijk. Lodewijk, I know that Eurocities is currently building on the open source solution of Amsterdam's and Helsinki's AI register and developing a shared data scheme of several cities across Europe. So I'm curious, what potential do you see in AI registers for the years to come?
Well, ideally in the future, if we all maintain registers with the same data schema where we can agree upon the information that we collect and under under what declaration we maintain the information, we can also exchange information and knowledge about the algorithms that we use. Not only the algorithms on a technical level, but also what are the different use cases that we see in cities for for example, common challenges. It would be very interesting to learn from other cities what kind of tools they are using, what kind of algorithmic tools they are using for common challenges, and how they are doing that responsibly. So it's also definitely looking at registers as a public way of sharing information. It's also definitely a knowledge sharing tool, a start for exchange of best practices or good practices, and a way of sharing conversations on a cross-border level.
Thanks, Lodewijk. I would love to come to Anita. Anita, scaling down from the European to the German level. In recent weeks, there has been quite a vivid debate on AI registers in Germany. The NGO Algorithm Watch just published a report, AI registers within the public sector, and the members of parliament, Mishpa Khan and Anna Christmann, have recently invited experts to an informal roundtable discussion on this matter. So clearly there's happening a lot. But I'm curious, like from your experience working with public institutions, what are the current challenges faced by public administrations across Germany when it comes to the use of AI and the implementation of AI registers?
I think we have a huge survivor bias in AI projects because we only talk about the ones that made it. So my hope is that when we have transparency registers and we talk about post-implementation issues, then maybe in time we can shift the debate to pre-implementation issues. Because I think a lot of municipalities have good AI projects that get stuck because the one person who did it left, or it just got more complex than they ever thought it would be. And I think that would be a point where we could actually help.
And that's it for this session already. I just want to share a few more thoughts that didn't make it into the discussion due to the limited time of this session. Prepping for this session, Paula emphasized that public servants should not feel intimidated by this process or the technology, and that in fact you do not need to reinvent the wheel, as you can use what's already there. The registers of Amsterdam and Helsinki are available online and can be built on. Tala added that besides publishing their register, the city of Amsterdam also developed a set of instruments, for example procurement clauses for AI, that are publicly available too. And finally, Lodewijk shared his observation that cities do not only profit from the registers themselves, but from the conversations that spark around them. He encouraged everyone to just start trying. At this point, there's nothing else to say but to thank you for watching, and if this session sparked your interest in this topic, please feel free to reach out to me or my colleagues. For now, goodbye.